Anytime politics and games cross over with one another, it's usually a huge story. But Nick, this is insane. Make no mistake, you cannot understate this story. You cannot brush it under the rug. We got to talk about it. Unfortunately, because John Delafag has been going viral all week long, we haven't been talking about this as much as we should have. And you can't understate this. The simple fact of the matter is you can't understate this. The government has been funding a campaign against gamers for quite some time, and we got to talk about it. But before we do, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If this is your second time watching this channel, you might as well go on and subscribe. We're trying to get to 30,000 subs by the end of the year, and by the end of the month, the goal is 17.5. Okay, so we got to get to 17,500. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel really quick. Did you hit the button? Good. All right, so I don't know, what words I got to use, what terminology, what type of hypnosis I got to use to make you understand that this is crazy. This is insane, okay? It has been revealed. Shout out to Uncle Trump, okay? Trump done came into office, slapped his dick on the table, started slapping niggas around like nobody's business, and he came in and exposed so much, okay? Grums tweeted this out. This is the first thing that caught my attention. Grums tweeted this out. Nah, that can't be true. Searches. Holy shit. USAID paid Politico to have Gamergate smeared. Okay, what he's referring to is Politico is apparently a news outlet that heavily participated in smearing gamers for quite some time. Okay, here you go. So here's some of the articles that they wrote. MAGA world is about to meet Taylor Swift's fandom. It won't go well. There you see Gamergate mentioned there. Nixon's back again. Gamergate mentioned there. Some incumbents are surprisingly in peril. Gamergate is mentioned there. Let's go to some another few screenshots. Political playbook is beginning to look a lot like 2016. Biden's invisible debt forgiveness policy. What was really at stake in the Depp Heard trial? Why would you mention Gamergate there? 3 ways crypto crash could hit politics. Again, Gamergate mentioned there. I mean, like they just, all of these articles, they're just Gamergate. This isn't even a gaming outlet. And everywhere you turn, Gamergate. All these articles with just politics, just Gamergate. And they're making sure that they're taking your name, they're taking you as a gamer, and they're throwing it through the mud so that people understand that anytime you mention Gamergate, how you are in support of Gamergate, your name is slander. You're labeled as a weirdo. You're labeled as a Nazi. Whatever it is. Okay? Get closer so y'all can see me. These people was literally mentioning Gamergate every chance they could. And it's not like they was doing this in 2016, 2017 when it was happening. They were doing this in 2022. Let's go back to this original tweet. This comes from Salionist. People have wondered if our tax dollars were used to promote wokeness in video games, and the answer is yes. USAID paid Politico millions per year to write pieces like this one, which promotes diversity and describes Gamergate as disinformation and a harassment campaign. Let's read it. Let's read it. The status handoff of Washington's most famous gamer from a libertarian-leaning white man to 2 millennial socialist women of color is some ways the perfect summation of how video games have changed in recent years. Who the fuck are these women? Wait a minute. Let me read that again. The status handoff of Washington's most famous gamer from a libertarian-leaning white man to 2 millennial socialist women of color. Wait a minute. Oh, so wait, we're actively admitting to being socialists now? Oh boy, it's getting weird out here, guys. Video games were never really the exclusive province of white male loners, but that's been the stereotype. And some players took that reputation seriously, so much so that they organized a backlash to try to protect it. 6 years ago, a disinformation campaign with the profoundly stupid name of Gamergate spent several months orchestrating a series of harassment campaigns of women game developers and critics. Several women fled their homes in fear for their safety. Get your lying ass the fuck up out of here. The harassers' motivation to drive people they dubbed social justice warriors for their progressive values and their desire to see more realistic depictions of women and minorities in video games out of the industry. Just drove them out of the industry. The campaign worked well enough that Steve Bannon, as reported in Joshua Green's Devil's Bargain, used it as a template for Trump's presidential campaign. This is a fucking capping ass lie, bro. Just capping ass fucking lie. But Gamergate also prompted a backlash to the backlash. It didn't stop the thing it set out to stop. Chris Plante, I guess, the editor-in-chief of Polygon, said to me today of Gamergate, if anything, it made it go faster. And so in 2020, no one is surprised that two 30-something progressive women play video games. Games have always been big and diverse, as disparate as TV and books and movies. They are played and made by people who just want to zone out with some dumb entertainment, and by people who want to expand their horizons with something strange and sublime. No one person represents them. Video games don't belong to a 31-year-old Nero-Rican woman any more than they belong to reactionary Reddit trolls. No one ever said that gaming belonged to anyone. You motherfuckers was getting roasted in the game industry for working together with journalists and with developers doing unethical shit. And then it turned into y'all motherfuckers getting roasted bad. And then y'all got upset. Guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. Watch this.
So upon coming out here to essentially subsidizing so upon coming out here to the briefing room, I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. And I can confirm that the more than 8 million taxpayer dollars that have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening. The DOGE team is working on canceling those payments now. Again, this is a whole of government effort to ensure that we are going line by line when it comes to the federal government's books. And this president and his team are making decisions across the board on, do these receipts serve the interests of the American people? Is this a good use of the American taxpayers' money? If it is not, that funding will no longer be sent abroad, and American taxpayers will see significant savings because of that effort.
Now, a lot of that is a little bit, well, some of that at the tail end is a little bit exaggerated. I would love to see how much money I saved by them not getting $8 million. Niggas gonna send me a 30-cent check. I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit. But the point is, guys, the government has been funding, and it's gonna be interesting to find out who else got funded, right? Who else? Because I doubt it was just Politico. There's no way. There's no way it was just Politico, guys. Absolutely fucking insane. USAID was funding 6,200 journalists. Wow, guys. USAID was funding over 6,200 journalists across 707 media outlets and 279 media NGOs, including 9 of 10 media outlets in Ukraine. Now, you can't get the homeless people off your block, but these niggas out here funding journalists to do it. See, this is what we've been saying all this time. When we bring this back to gaming, we don't want to make this about, worldly politics and stuff like that. But this is what we've been talking about. A look behind the curtain has revealed a horrific truth. Nearly the entire mainstream media worldwide has been funded by the U.S. government under the USAID, from the BBC to the New York Times and Politico. At this point, it might be easier to find out who USAID was not funded in the media sphere. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. You can't make it up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Just think about this for a second. Remember when Andrew Tate got canceled? Scrubbed from the internet, his name slandered? Who was responsible? The government! Kanye West, the government! Man, I'm trying to, hey, listen. Hey, it's an evil world we live in. It's an evil world we live in. This shit is crazy. Bringing it back to games. Because what they're likely doing is, they create a culture in their building, right? Let me get closer so y'all can see me. They create a culture. I can do this. They create a culture. Said it 3 times. They create a culture in the building, right? That you must follow. And if you follow, you get the funding. This is how you come up with an Alyssa Mercante. This is how she got hired. Maybe she didn't get hired because she was blowing somebody at the top. She got hired because she played ball with the culture, with the narrative, everything that the government is pushing. This woke ideology, the trans stuff, the black people everywhere for no apparent reason. The overrepresentation of black people, despite we're only 13-14% of the population. Okay, the women must be included in everything, even in places where it doesn't make sense to include a woman. I mean, this is insane, guys. You know what I'm saying? Look at this clip. Look at this clip here by Asmongold. I think he got a point.
Look right here, and I'll show you. Like, people think I'm fucking crazy. I'm not. Look at this. People wonder our tax dollars used to promote wokeness in video games. Answer is yes.
USA paid Politico millions of dollars a year to write pieces like this one, which promotes diversity and describes Gamergate as disinformation and harassment campaign. So this is the thing, guys. I want these people to suffer because that's what they did to me. I want to set an example. Get rid of these people. Put them like completely out of their job. Get rid of them. Make an example of them. Say, listen, this is what happened. Gamers rise up. What goes around? Yeah, what goes around comes around. And we're coming.
And there you have it. There you have it. I mean, you can't say it any better than that. Here's the thing. I'm done talking shit. To the developers, it's closing in on you, dog. For those of you who have been behind closed doors, not in support of activists taking over the video game industry, now's the time. It's time to start taking your industry back so you can start putting out good games and saving the good names that you built up. I'm talking to BioWare's. I'm talking to Activision's. I'm talking about Ubisoft. Well, I guess y'all niggas out there in France, so I don't know what the fuck. Ain't no helping you niggas. But if you're behind closed doors, man, no, fuck that. Because what happens in America influences the entire world. If you're sitting in a studio that has a great name to live up to, and it's been taken over by activists, now is the time to start speaking out. Now is the time to start taking back the industry that you helped build. Get these fucking activists up out of there. Get them gone. Tell them to go make their own studio. That's what you need to do. Because it's time, nigga. It's time. All right? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grip be with you. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.